Hello, Virgo. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using Witch's Tarot by Ellen Dugan, illustrated by Mark Evans. Illustrated? Yep, illustrated by Mark Evans. At the bottom here is a better view of their names. Also, there's a website, llewellyn.com. Feel free to check that out if you want to. Of course. Supportive Oracle Cards, Wisdom of the Hidden Realms Oracle Cards by Colette Baron-Reid. There's websites on the back of the book, and a picture of Colette, of course. ColetteBaron-Reid.com. There's a couple others. Feel free to check out whatever you want. Just freeze frame to make sure you get the spelling, of course. Okay. Why are things going fast all of a sudden? I haven't had any coffee or anything, but all of a sudden it's like things are going fast. Let's see. We don't got any fast cards yet. Oh, okay. Then we did. Okay. Big mouth. Me and my big mouth. I thought, okay, maybe it's not going to be fast. Bam. Last card. The Knight of Wands. What is going on here? Let's see. What are we dealing with? I've been trying to pull something together. You got the Seven of Cups with the Queen of Pentacles in the history of the situation. I'm trying to find a way or create a plan to get what I want. This has been like, I don't know, I feel like there's something that's kind of been rolling around. I know that I want what I want. I know what I want, but I'm like, I'm looking at different ways to make it happen, and I'm like, no, that's not going to work. And I'm like, well, no, that's not going to work. And I'm trying to find different ways to make it happen. Currently, I feel like I have a few different options, but I'm like, I'm not sold on any of these options. And maybe some of them I'm like, I'm not even really sure they would work. So I haven't like started moving forward. The seed has been planted, but it's not really coming through the surface yet, if that makes sense. It's not the worst thing. The thing is, though, I feel like we have to start making decisions. If you want, whatever it is you want, it's time to start making decisions. It's time to start picking a path and moving on this path. There's other signs I know that have this issue, too, where, you know, if we think about it too much, I'm not a Virgo, but if you think about it too much and you don't actually start creating something, nothing happens. You know this. But I feel like there's too many options in front of you, and I feel like I don't feel guaranteed with any of them. The thing is, it's time for that calculated risk. Which of these options seems like your best shot? And then once you decide which one's your best shot, it's kind of like, are you going to try it and make it happen, or are you going to let it go and not make it happen? Because it's time to move forward. It is time to move forward. We're overanalyzing. I think we're experiencing paralysis by analysis right now. It's time to start. I'm not saying you have to, like, you know, jump forward, or like you have to jump, you know, into the deep end of the pool and, you know, just start making it happen. I'm not saying that, but this is the point where we have to, like, you know, we have to get our bathing suit on and we have to get around the pool and start dipping our foot in. You know, like, all right, we got the proper clothes on. I'm feeling out the temperature, and like we have to start getting that foot in, because typically with Virgo, once you start the process and you got your first foot in and you're kind of swishing it around, you're like, well, this foot's wet, so I might as well get the other foot wet. And then it's kind of like, all right, let me see if I can get a little deeper, and then, okay, let me get up this. And you just keep working your way, kind of like you didn't start this process just to give up. You started it to do something, and once you start it, you will see it through. The thing is, we gotta trigger it. We gotta, you know, shoot the shot. You gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta start moving. There's a little bit of a confusion here. Are other people helping you or not? Are other people helping you or not? That energy is not... When I'm thinking of other people, I don't see them looking at you at all. I don't see them, like, centered on you at all. So I'm like, there's something going on around you, but they're worried about their own situation. They're not really sure what you're doing, but they have their own things going on, and I feel like they might not be telling you what's going on with them. The Emperor knows what the Emperor wants, typically, I don't see, but I see, like, I keep noticing this emperor's looking out towards the kids, kind of like there's other things they want, other things they're concerned about. They're not really seeing your problems as a priority. They're kind of like, I guess I could help you, but why? I don't know. That's just, I don't know if they put it that rudely, because I feel like that was kind of rude, but they have bigger things. They're kind of like, I have bigger fish to fry. Like, Virgo can do what Virgo wants, but I got things to do myself. They don't seem to be centered on you at all. So I feel like whatever this is you're going to move forward with, I feel like it's kind of like all on you to make it move forward at all. You do seem to want to pull other people in. I just feel like right now is not the time for it. Because I do see, like, you do seem to want to bring other people in. You do seem to think that this will go a lot better with some support. At this point, I don't see the support being there. I also see, though, that this is the point where if you want what you want to happen, this is when you need to move forward, because literally it's all on you, which gives you all control, which also makes it go where you want it to be. If you let this other person, it doesn't have to be, this sometimes this talks about Aries, it doesn't have to be an Aries. If you wait for this other person to move forward and help you, they're going to change everything. It's kind of like, I wanted to go and check out this pumpkin farm, because why not? And they're going to be like, well, oh, that's nice, pumpkin farm. Oh, the corn. They have corn too, and they have this other stuff. You know what? Over on the other side of town, there's a movie playing. Let's go watch a movie. And then instead of going to that farm to get those pumpkins, you just ended up seeing a movie because that's what they wanted to do. So it's like you're not even going to be anywhere near your goal. It's just an analogy, you know. But like, this is why it's time for you to move forward. Because if you move forward and you start the process, and you already got things planned, and you're like, this is going to happen, that's going to happen, this is what I'm going to do, that changes the whole landscape. I just feel like there might be, maybe you need a little confidence boost. When I get the Desert Prince here, that card talks about illusions in some sense, survival, false promises. You got to kind of take that leap of faith. It's one of those calculated risks. How much is the outcome worth to you? Are you willing to try and risk failing to get what you want? Which I know is a little scary depending on what you're doing, but they're saying if you want what you want, if you want your goal to happen, you have to move forward or you're going to lose it. There is information out here. Online has a lot of possibilities. I understand that. Be very careful. I feel like you probably realize that, but with online stuff, you kind of want to verify it a few different ways. You want to test things out for yourself to make sure the information you're getting is actually real. Online is good for like searching out a possibility, but then if you're deciding I'm going to take that possibility, then you want to verify with other reliable sources that actually can happen. So just, you know what I mean? It makes me think of like I don't think I'm going to say it, but there's certain videos that they show you very short snippets of making crafts happen, very short snippets, and a lot of them are false. It doesn't even work. It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen like that at all. So I don't know why I'm putting that out there, but just in case that matters, just like find your path and then verify it and then move forward if it is going to work. There is information around you. You got to get through this block. You got to get through this block and create what you want. These three cards together are telling me if you decide not to do this, it's fine. But if you don't do this out of fear, that's not going to help you because it's just going to hold you back from what you really want. If you look at it and you're like, I don't think this is a good idea. I feel like I'm going to fail more than anything else. And you're like, this reason, that reason, other thing. I don't really feel like this holds water, so I've decided I'm not going to do this because I don't think this holds water. That's fine. But if you're kind of like, I really want to do it, but I'm nervous. I don't know if I can do it by myself. Yeah, you're cheating yourself probably out of a great success. That's all I'm saying. Because you have success possible here with the King of Cups. It's just, once you kick into gear, you'll make it happen. It's just verifying your path, choosing the path, and moving forward. But it's kind of like, we can't overanalyze. Find the one that looks the best and decide, are you going to do it or you're not? Because I do see, if you do decide to go forward with this path, later, that Emperor person, whoever that is, does seem to come forward and does seem to help you after you're halfway down the road. Oh, you're on your way there? Oh, you're going to do this? Oh, I'll help you. I see you're doing good. I can do some of this. I can do some of that. They're not going to do the main work, but they'll do the supportive work. Kind of like, you know, you need somebody to get you some more supplies. You know what I mean? You need somebody to make sure that this is taken care of while you're doing that, or that's looked after while you're doing that. Those type of supports will come in very easily. Some monetary support might come in as well. So good things do come to you. Other people want you to succeed. People do believe in you, and people do want success for you, which is really good in this one. Because not everybody gets that. Just did another reading where that went the opposite way. But this one, you're going to get the support. People do want you to succeed. Once they see you on your path and how good you're doing, they're going to want to support you and help you get what you want. So once you start, especially a self-sufficient way, people will support you. There could be monetary support there. As it keeps going, if you choose to do this, it's going to get going a lot faster. You're going to have to kind of hone it in a little bit more. Even though it gets faster, I do feel like you will get used to it. Just make sure that you make it like bite size. Don't keep taking big mouthfuls, is the best way I can say it. Like don't keep biting off too much. If you from the very beginning regulate it to how much you're going to do, so maybe this is something you want to do as a side business, and you've already looked at it and you're like, well, the way my life goes and my day job or whatever I do during the day, I could probably spend 3 to 4 hours a week on it. At different times I could spend 3 to 4 hours doing whatever this is. Make sure you stick to that. There's going to be more information coming. I feel like this is going to go very well for you. And it's going to be, before you know it, if you don't keep your eye on it, you'll be doing 15 to 20 hours a week. And you're going to start burning yourself out. Be careful of that. If you tell yourself, I can do 3 to 4 hours a week, set aside that time, stick to that, and just keep it at that so you can continue to enjoy it. If afterwards you do it for a while and you're like, you know what, I like this, I think I could make 7 to 8 hours a week, and you set that aside, try it. If it works for you, stick to it, but don't just take it as it keeps coming. Like, just because things show up in front of you doesn't mean you have to do them. Don't let yourself get like sucked into that success wave, because it will wear you out. It will burn you out. The success wave can be actually very detrimental if you're not careful, because sometimes people get that success wave and they feel like, I have to do everything right now. As soon as it's in front of me, I have to do it. Then they keep chasing it and racing after it, and especially if you're very successful, sooner or later it will burn you out. So it's kind of like, get that pattern down to begin with. Decide for yourself beforehand, before it gets there, what you're willing to do a week and how much you can actually handle without burning yourself out. Because I do see success coming. But for example, you start out 3 to 4 hours a week, okay, and then you're like, you know what, I think I could do 7 to 8. Set it up so you can try it, but if it doesn't work, you can go back to 3 to 4. Like, set that up, and don't ride the success wave, because you could wipe out so easily. Just, I know it seems hard because like you're doing well and you want to keep doing well. It will keep doing well. You don't have to like burn yourself out over it. Just be careful. That's all I'm saying. Do it the way you need to do it, but like, keep an eye on it. Make sure that you don't let the success rule you. I think that's where I'm going with this. Sometimes people let success rule them, and that's when they get burnt out. That's when they get stressed out. That's when things go really great for a while, and then poof, they crash because they get burnt out and they can't do it anymore. So if you keep an eye on that from the very beginning, you set your standard, you set your goal, you set your limits, and you stick to them, you'll be fine. Anything else with that? Alright, I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. Thank you again for watching, and have a great day.